Welcome back to the Padilla family homestead. We are tucked away in a corner in my bedroom, actually, because I have the AC going, the dehumidifier going, the stove fan going, and a fan on my seedlings. So there's lots of noises. So I'm hoping this is a little quieter for you. I do have the ceiling fan going in here. But other than that, our AC is a lot quieter in this room. So I apologize in advance if there is anything. But I wanted to talk to you guys about meal prepping. A lot of people, I think, get really scared about starting meal prepping because it feels like, oh, I have to have all this stuff out and I got to meal prep all of these things. And there are things like my mom used to do once a month cooking thing that she really liked, where it was once a month she did this huge cooking day and made enough meals for the month. Now, we did that off and on, but it really isn't sustainable in my life to do something like that. And what it comes down to is I work a full-time job. My husband works a full-time job. We go to church and we have our community. We need to spend time together. I like to craft. I garden. So I have lots of stuff coming in from the garden. And I don't have an entire day to do nothing but cook a bunch of meals for a 30-day period. So what I like to do is something a little bit different, and I thought I'd share with you what I do and how I make this work for us, and some tips of the trade. So first of all, super cubes. I got some of these in 2025. Yeah, I think it was end of 2024 or in 2025. And I got a 2-cup. I think I got a 2-cup and maybe a 1-cup. I'm trying to remember. But I heard about these through Justin Rhodes, and Rebecca Rhodes loved these. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to give these a shot. This was a game changer for me. Now, I wasn't doing a whole ton of meal prepping at the time I got these. And then I started using them. So I ordered some more, and now I have another set coming. So these are half cup, and there's 6 half cups on one tray. And then there are two cups. And then I have in my freezer right now the 1 cup, and that has 4 little slots in it. And then there's a 2 tablespoon one, which I just ordered. And then there's a cookie dough one, but I don't need the cookie dough one. So some people that would be great for. For me, I have my own process already for cookie dough. So I love these because they are actually very firm on the top, even without the lid. Like, this is very sturdy. I can't really bend this. Now this pops in and out, and it makes it easy to pop the stuff out. These are supposed to be oven safe to a certain temperature, dishwasher safe. You could pop them in the freezer, all kinds of things. So this has made food waste go down a ton in our house. So basically what I do, the way I work meal prepping is like today. I'll pop in a pig video of what's going on in my kitchen right now. So I have a pot that I have actually turkey broth that I had frozen into cubes. So I put 6 cubes in there. So that's 3 quarts of turkey broth into the pot. I have some kielbasa sausage in there, and I have some chopped up cabbage, and I'm going to let that cook up. I also have a pot of beef stew going. I actually made a really big pot of beef stew purposely so I can freeze some. My husband really likes beef stew. We're trying to up our protein, trying to lower our carb more. And it is so hot. If you are anywhere in America, basically, it is hot. We are in Northwest Arkansas, and without the humidity, we're a 101. So that's just the regular heat. Then you have to add the humidity in, and I haven't looked today to see what that went up to. But we're sitting under a heat dome right now. Nobody wants to cook in the afternoon and heat up the house. Air conditioners are struggling already. And so it's something that most of us don't want to sit there and cook. So that's when you're going to be more likely to order out. You will be more likely to eat a boxed instant meal or something along those lines. And by making stew, my husband really wanted stew. So by making the stew, and I'm like, oh, I'm already going to have a thing on the stove going, so I'm going to do this kielbasa and cabbage soup also. I can then do 2-cup portions, freeze them. I have 3 of these containers right now, so I'll have to put some of this stuff in the fridge today and then rotate this out tomorrow once they're frozen solid. And I can make servings of soup that we can grab and take with us and bring to for lunch at work, or I can grab and put and use for dinner for us. We can do so many things with this soup, and I'm not having to get out all of these ingredients. If I'm in a hurry, or like this week, my legs have been killing me. So I did something to my groin muscle, and that is what it is. But I'm not wanting to be up a whole lot right this second. And so I can easily then go ahead and pull out the soup and make it for a meal. Or let's say we stay at a friend's house later and we get home and we need a really quick dinner, pull out a soup. So you can heat it on the stove, you can heat it in the microwave. These 2-inch blocks actually hit right into our bowls that we have that are great. I have done smoothies, taken smoothies and made extra smoothie and popped it in here in the 1/2 cup. And then if you take that out, it's better if you take it out the night before. But if you take that out, you can add some granola on top of it, and you've got a great little bowl, or you can just drink it as a smoothie. That is a phenomenal use. We've done salsa. I'll show you, I'll pop in right here a picture of our freezer, which is a hot mess. Don't judge me on my deep freezer right now. I've just been throwing stuff in there. But we have tomato sauce in 2-cup increments. We have it in ice cube tray increments for doing like on top of focaccia. We have, I think we did 1-cup increments of that also, depending on how much we want to use and what we're using it for. I have done these 1/2 cups for the salsa, leftover, like a pico style chopped salsa, that we can take out and use on top of stuff if we want to. I've done the smoothies. I've done beans that I made in the Instapot or the crock pot, and done those in 1/2 cup increments. I've also done like a 1 cup where it's 1/2 beans and 1/2 meat, taco meat. So you can easily take that out and use it for a lunch. You can do a ton in these. There are so many options, and you don't have to fill up the whole thing. You do want to put your stuff in here. I like to take them out. Right now I have them in freezer bags, but I'm going to break out my food sealer and do the 2-cup portions probably that are meals that we can take to work in those, and that way I can have them individually labeled. They're easier to grab, and have them separated out and take to work, and we can just throw that away. So, and they're going to last longer and not get freezer burned. So that has been a huge tip. The other thing is, if you freeze in Ziploc bags, there are these little bag holder green arm things I've used. I'll link them in the description below. I'll also link these on Amazon in the description below. But the bag holders make it easy to pop your Ziplocs in and have a few of them lined up, and then you just pop all your things in there that you need and then seal it. You can do this with pastas. I've done pesto portions also in these. So there's all kinds of things you can do. And so what you do is you just make enough, make a little extra than what you're going to eat. And if it's day 2 and we haven't eaten it, then I pop it in one of these and I put it in the freezer. Sometimes I'll do it right away. Like today, I'll do some right away. But if you're a family that's going to eat leftovers, then let it go of the couple of days, have the leftovers, and then freeze it. And then go, okay, I need to use this the same day I take it out. So that is how I have been kind of meal prepping. I have multiple things ready to go, so that way, whatever we're in the mood for, we can grab. This has become extremely handy. I'm not sponsored by them. I would love to be sponsored by them, because I really love this product, but I'm not sponsored by them. So I'm just sharing what works for me. And so you can already have meat marinated. That's a pretty basic one that people do. Already have it marinated in the freezer, and you can take it out, and as it's defrosting, it's absorbing all those flavors. You can have zucchini or pre-shredded, or pumpkin you have pumpkin soup pre-made and frozen. There's so many things that you can have prepped and ready to go. And all I do is do a little bit extra than what I would normally be making and make sure I freeze some of it. That way we always have something in the freezer in the rotation ready to go for those days that we need it. And this has been a game changer for us to not eat out. We were eating out quite a bit when we first moved here, and then after we moved into this place, we still were a little bit because it was restocking the pantry and getting all the stuff together. And we really needed to get off of that and back to eating primarily homemade. I used to be 95% homemade, and I will say I'm probably at 80% homemade right now, with both of us working full time. And so I'm still getting the balance with some things. Like I'm not making as much homemade pasta right now. I'm not making as much of the bread and things. I still have that. There's still a few things that I'm getting from the store that are more convenience. But we're not doing any prepackaged meals. And we are not ordering pizza or stopping through the drive-thru hardly at all. So I think in the last month I may have eaten out once. I think I ate out once in the last month. So this does that. It stops all of that. So it's completely doable. So if you were going to start, I would buy a little extra or make a little extra from what you are normally doing, even if it's a serving or 2 servings, or make the whole pot instead of half a pot of soup, and go ahead and make that and then freeze it. And then you'll have your meals pre-prepped. Make sure you label things and date things. You want to get the air out. So if you're using Ziplocs, I would individually do a sandwich bag for the half cups, and then put those sandwich bags inside of a gallon bag, also sealed. So that double layer helps cut down on the freezer burn, and it's easy to grab out the sections as you need them. But if you are going to, you can put them in a freezer bag for a second and then put them in the seal a meal things. So that's what I wanted to share. I wanted to give you some inspiration and some practical. Sometimes people don't think about these little things. If you're in a different place in your journey and this was not something that's helpful for you, I'm sorry. I think everybody hits something different. So where I am in my journey is I'm doing this stuff, and I want to be able to help people who are not quite at my journey yet. And then as I learn new things, then I'll share things as I'm learning them. And I think that's what makes society work and communities work well, is we are all kind of at different phases of life, and we go to somebody who's doing something that seems attainable. So that's what I'm trying to be, is doing something that's real and attainable. And the reality of both of us working full-time jobs and trying to cook from scratch and um, garden and have community and time for friends, that is really, that's a lot. And so something that we're not willing to compromise on, though, and we're really getting back to, is our health. And home cooking is a huge one. You're going to have less preservatives. It is going to save money if you are not, it's going to stop the food waste, at least a good portion of the food waste. And you're going to save money because of that. And you're also going to save money because you're not eating out. That adds up so fast. So if you have some tips and tricks for people, please leave them in the comments below. That would be a great resource. If you use the super cubes, what do you use them for, or how do you do your meal prepping? We're a family of 2, and sometimes we have extra people come over. So that's why we do the smaller portions, because it's just us, so it's easy to have individual meals. If I were a family, a bigger family, I'd probably be doing a lot more. I'd still do individual meals for like lunches and stuff, but I would be doing a lot more of the 2-cup portions. That way I can take out a couple of those and have a meal ready to go. But yeah, so that's what I have for you. I hope this inspired you. I hope this helped you. I hope the clips that popped in through here were a good visual for you. Let me know if you end up getting some and you start using them and what you think. And I will talk to you guys on the next video.